2013 here at MSU Denver. I'm sitting here with Mayor Hancock, Mayor of Denver. Thank you, sir, very much for your time.
Good to see you.
Really
Thank
appreciate
you. Glad
it.
to be with you.
Absolutely. So right off the bat, I wanted to start with Denver's got a hoppin' music scene. Mm-hmm. What value do you see in our independent music scene, like the bands you saw here today, but also great cultural organizations like the Colorado Symphony?
Sure. Well, tremendous value. I mean, the arts and culture community provide about a $1.7 billion economic infusion into our economy locally. It provides great opportunity, obviously, for our musicians, and it also provides great entertainment. I mean, one reason why Denver is so vibrant right now is really its entertainment scene in lower downtown. And so it's important for us to keep our local musicians busy, not the least of which is my wife, of course, who's one of those local musicians, and I like to keep her busy.
What she play?
She sings. She has her own band, and she performs all over Colorado.
Nice. So you heard $1.7 billion in the local economy. Next question I had, you mentioned on stage a moment ago about how programs are getting cut from music schools.
Right.
From public schools.
Right.
And yet, here in Denver, we have the Denver School of the Arts, one of the premier young student institutions of music. Right. What arguments have you heard that are really compelling for keeping music in schools?
Well, first of all, you can see it for yourself. I mean, people who are involved in the arts tend to do better in school. As I talked about, the young people who learn how to play an instrument, who sing, who memorize lines for theater, who have to remember beats and remember movements for dance or visual arts, understand colors, techniques, as well as combination of colors and how to make certain palettes. The reality is that these young people are learning outside the box to help them really understand and comprehend the basics. They do better academically in school. And it's unfortunate that we pull back because of pull back from the arts because of financial considerations. But the reality is these kids do better. And so I celebrate the Denver School of the Arts. I know those kids, a lot of those kids personally. I see them do better in school. They're engaged. They're much happier. They're following a passion. And we just know this. People who are able to engage in their passion tend to be much happier in life.
More productive, happier. And you made a good point. It's all arts. I'm biased. I'm a saxophone player, so I tend to think. But you're right. It's all arts. Another question is, we've got a great thing going with Create MSU Denver, and what can we do as young entrepreneurs and as programs like that to promote ourselves more within your term? And what can we do to get more involved in the actual economics of this city?
I think you keep talking about it, obviously. This is a great forum. What's happening here is a great forum. Continue to share the story about how important the arts are, how important it is to make sure the local musicians are hired and staying busy, making sure that people are visiting our exhibit halls, our museums, our art shows. Those are the important things, and making sure that we're taking kids to those locations as well so that they can gain an appreciation for what is available in Denver. But more importantly, we got to keep talking about it. We have so many different venues now to do these things. I remember we used to run around, hand out leaflets or do flyers on posts. Now you just do Twitter, or you do Facebook, or you do all the other mediums that are out there that my kids participate in. To begin to share the word through the social media platform, it makes a world of difference, and people are there, they're present, and they learn from those things. So we got to just keep talking about and encouraging those conversations in the social media.
Absolutely. Yeah. Completely agree. What about, you've got a campaign called Jump Start.
Yes.
Now, I know that I saw it's a competition for a business plan. Have you seen any musicians get involved in that?
I not to my knowledge.
Or artists.
I've seen the artists do it. No, they're primarily, like I said, the technology, cutting-edge technology, software, advanced manufacturing type businesses that have been involved. But, everyone can participate. So we're looking for the creative arts as well. Come on and be a part of it. But it's a business competition that kicks off very soon, actually, I think in about a month. And, a small business, an entrepreneur can win $50,000 in cash, as well as receive a plethora of technical assistance in their business strategy. They get accounting and financial management services. They get some tutorial or assistance in finding some venture capital to help with their business strategy, marketing support. So there's some real opportunity there for an entrepreneur or a small startup.
Yeah, I know I could use a lot. I could do a lot with that $50,000.
That's right. We could, right? I bet you could.
Yeah, play a lot more around town, that's for sure. Right. And that's actually something that's kind of interesting, as we've seen as musicians, is now it is up to us to actually make our business happen. Venues around the city expect musicians now to draw a crowd to their place of business, which is very difficult to do because you got to have some really hot stuff to get people to come out. But I'm really excited about the prospect of now we have leverage as musicians for the first time in a long time. Musicians have always been, well, they're creative and they kind of do their weird thing over there. It's fun, but now I see us as a viable business and that we draw crowds. Have you thought of using local musicians in campaigns or within your term?
Oh, absolutely, I did.
Nice.
And when I ran for mayor, I would get on stage with local bands. And again, my wife's a musician, so I know a lot of the musicians. I'd show up at their jam sessions or concerts, and I'd jump on stage and I'd sing with them. I don't sing very well at all.
I was going to ask you play
but
anything?
It was more enjoyable and hysterical than anything. And so I would jump up there. And then when, of course, there was a cattle call. My wife got all these musicians together to do a concert to raise money for my campaign. So I've used it. I'm a major music fan. I got lots of music on my smart device. I spend a lot of time just plugging in. And if I go out and work in the yard, I'm listening to music. So music is a major part of my life. It's a major part of our society. It's it's the universal language. You know that, being a musician, right? Yep. And I tell folks about this, no matter where you go in the world, music is the one language that everyone understands and gets. And we just got to continue to allow for the appreciation to grow.
Yeah, the language of emotion, absolutely.
That's right.